Okay, so we now want to work with our local picks. And we remember, if we look at local picks, if we go look at the layout for it, we have a frame layout there that's waiting for a fragment because we're going to have two fragments that can load into this frame layout. The first one, which is the first fragment we are going to be working with today, is the store fragment, so that we can store local pictures. So we are going to go right click on our package, and we're going to say new fragment, and we're going to create the fragment, empty fragment, blank fragment. Where is it? There's a blank fragment, and we're going to call this fragment store local pics. Okay, and we're going to say finish, and we're going to come do the same we have done for all fragments. Okay, we are going to come and delete the stuff we don't want. So from here, we're going to drop these two with all its comments. We're going to keep our empty constructor because you need that or your fragment will not work. We're going to delete these, which is then going to throw an error because it wants us to delete this. And there is our nice and clean fragment. And we're going to create our own singleton. So we are going to say, oh, what am I doing? We would like a private static store local pics fragment called instance. We then want to go make a public class, public static class, not socket, of type store local pics fragment get instance. And in here, we are just going to say if instance equals null, return new store local pics fragment, else return instance. Done, singleton. Okay, so let's go work with the code that we need to store in this guy. And actually, before we can do that, we have to build its UI. So let's go and build that UI. So we're going to go to fragment store local pics, and we're going to change it to a linear layout as normal. And we are going to use this layout in the cloud pics as well. So we're just going to copy and paste it over so that we can save some time. And I'm sure there's a way to do this in a class that I have not found yet. So without any further ado, let's start building up this guy. Okay, so let's change the layout to linear layout. Oops. Just a space. We go change the bottom guy to close linear layout. And in this guy, we are going to set the orientation to vertical, and we're going to give it a background. Or are we? We'll see. And that's the text view, which we can actually drop. In here, we just want to come set the orientation to vertical. And we are going to go and get that very same card view that we have stolen before. So we're going to go get that card view, and we can get it from the menu. And we're just going to copy over this card view. And we're going to stick it in here. Okay, and we're going to Alt and Enter to import that little app XML namespace for us right there. So there is our card view. And what we are going to put in this card view is another linear layout, which is going to have an edit text and an image view. So let's go add that. And we're going to say the width is match parent and the height is wrap content. Oops, sorry for that. And the orientation, and it's got to note like this because we've got Android orientation in there twice, and the orientation for this guy is vertical. Right, we can end it off so that we can shove in there what we need. Okay, so we're going to add an edit text in here. And we're going to set it to wrap content and to wrap content. We're going to give it an ID because this is the edit text where we'll type in the name of the image we want to save. We're going to get it edit text name local image. Okay, so, or should we just, never mind, let's just leave it that way. Right, and let's just go set some properties. We'd like to set the Android font family to that little guy we got. We'd like to set the Android text color to add color white. We'd like to, whoops, break it. We'd like to set the Android text size 20 dp. And I think that is about it. Okay. Underneath that edit text, we want an image view. And this image view is going to be our image pane. So we're also going to set the width and height for this guy to wrap content. And we're going to give him an ID, and this is local. Oops. Local image pane. And we obviously need to set a source. And the Android source, I think, is add drawable. Kind of want to say it's small Polaroid. Let's see what that looks like. I think so. Let me just see what I've done in the previous one. Yep, it's small photo. Which I did not copy over. So let's go grab it. Yep, wrong drawable. And it's just called photo. Oh, I might have him. Sorry about that. Let's just try and see if I actually have him. And if I just look for photo. I did copy him. Okay. Wonderful. Now that we have that in there, we can go ahead and add two little buttons at the bottom. So let's just go first, see what this is starting to look like. Okay, that's not bad. There's the edit text that we're going to save in. There's the image pane, and we're going to add two buttons right at the bottom here, one for save image and one for choose image and one for store image. So let's get outside of that card view and let's add the two guys that we need to add. So we're going to add another linear layout. And the width is match parent, the height is wrap contract, the Android orientation is horizontal. And we can close this guy off. And inside there, we are going to add two image views. Okay, so let's start with the first one. And we are going to set the width and height to wrap content. Give him a name. And the first little image view that we are going to display is image, save, local pick. And he needs a source. And his source is small save. And you will see that's a little stiffy. Okay. Right, and we're just going to set a margin start at. So Android okay, so let's say a margin left. Android layout margin start, and we're going to set that to 90 dp. And we can end off with this image. And that's not how I wanted to end the image. And we're now going to go add another image view. I'm going to duplicate this guy. Oops, not delete him. We're going to duplicate this guy. And we're just going to change the heading to choose local pick. Okay, this guy is small Polaroid and his margin start is 10 dp. Well, let's make it 140. Okay, so let's go look at our view. We might change some things. We might not be happy with it. Okay, there we go. No, I'm fairly happy with that. So this is the fragment that is going to load. Maybe this guy needs to be ever so slightly bigger. Okay, so these are the two buttons we are going to click to show our images and to load our images. So I'm going to end this video here, and in the next video we're going to do the choose and save to a local database. And that will be the end of local DBs, and then we'll move to cloud.